इतना सफ़र कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में, इतना सा फ़र्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि ज़िंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगज़ीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगज़ीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फ़र्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फ़र्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल ज़मीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फ़र्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा, ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन ही नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Good afternoon, one and all. With great hope that everybody is safe and healthy, we Franchise India teams welcomes each one of you to our Business Opportunity Over Chai webinar series. Franchise India is Asia's largest integrated franchise solution company since 1999, and we have complete authority on licensing, franchising, and real estate. We have had thousands of investors in getting the right selection of business opportunities while helping numerous international and national organizations for their franchise expansion. Through our dynamic media and service platform, we cater to investors and brands across all industry categories like F&B, education, retail, fashion, etc. We were the first company to develop and introduce franchise market in India. With this introduction, may I invite and welcome the management team of Franchise India. Gaurav sir is the chairman at Franchise India, and our second panel member, Sonia ma'am, she's the founder at Franbach. This particular webinar is hosted by both of them. Just for the information for every investor, this is a digital representation of the brand we have got for you. We do not endorse any particular brand. Now we welcome the brand and the team of the Paradise will be talking about this legend brand. We are representing Paradise Biryani for each one of you. The brand which was established in 1953, and brand has a high recall value because of the great food and great service they provide. They are already having 42 company operated restaurants across 8 cities. And today the team would be talking about the business model they have got for you. We welcome Gautamji, who is the 43rd CEO of the company. He is joined by Dinesh, who is heading finance and legal for Paradise, and Rahul, who is heading BD and project for them. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. But before we formally invite you to present your business model, I would like to invite Sonia ma'am to talk about our different initiatives which we have taken for our investors under our Bharat Franchise Show and Investor Advantage program. Thank you so much, Sonia ma'am, for joining in. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Arshna, and a very good afternoon to all our friends who have joined the Business Opportunity Show today. And friends, I'll not take much time. We have a very interesting brand who's launching a proposal where you can partner with them for the very first time. So I'll just take a minute to talk about the opportunity, which is Bharat Franchise Show. This was the initiative that we launched in the first week of June, rather 1st June, where every day we come to a new city. And we propose to bring minimum 100 unique opportunities every day to these cities for a period of 100 days. And Today is the 9th edition of Bharat Franchise Show. And if you're interested to log in, you can register online on our link. We can send the link on the chat box. You can register through that. And we also have a investor advantage program, and through this program we also work with investors to take and guide them through the entire business buying process, where we help you evaluate the business opportunities and work with you through the entire stages of the business cycle. Now, without taking much time, friends, I'll also welcome the team of Paradise Biryani, and I see Rahul ji, Gautam ji, and Dinesh ji all with us to present the business opportunity. And like I said, this is the first time ever the iconic brand, which is synonymous with the name Biryani and enjoys nearly 70-year-old legacy of their operations. And they started with a very modest cafe long back. And they have become today's the most loved and trusted national chain of biryani. And we are proud to bring this opportunity to partner with the company. And before I invite, I will also request Mr. Maria, who's chairman of the Franchise India Group, to also talk a few words and invite our brand for the day.
Thank you, Sonia, and welcome, friends, and welcome to a special edition. This is a very, very special edition because we have an opportunity to present Paradise, and especially under the leadership of Gautamji. This brand is growing places, and I remember knowing Paradise, going to Paradise for requesting them to franchise about 20 years back. That's my journey when it started, and that time it was family-run business, not having what they have now, a great leadership team and a very big corporate setup, which comes under obviously Gautamji's leadership. But that time I always believed that the brand had a strong iconic value. Everybody knows the brand. It is a very, very strong characteristic of the brand. Rather, there was Chowk called Paradise Chowk, which is still called Paradise Chowk, where it started from. And today, but it's moved many folds. From a very traditionally family-run business to a much more structured corporate, very disciplined from processes and systems, driven from larger corporate ethics and value system. And all that comes under Gautamji's leadership. So we're very fortunate to have them available today directly and coming and giving opportunity. And this also took a lot of convincing from my side, that because they're not really, as an organization, they're well capitalized. So they're not really looking at any, so to say, funding or doing that. And they're also very extremely serious about their operations. So they want to also make sure that the controls over the business remains with them, because that's how they want to really protect the brand. But this is an opportunity which is opened for largely strategic investors, people who bring just not capital, something else also, maybe a strategic real estate or a location. So I will not take more time. I'd like to welcome the team, and over to you, Gautamji, for if you want to start and give a little overview, and then we get into presentation. And welcome Dineshji and Rahul also.
Thank you, Sonia ji, Gaurav, Franchisee India team. I think it's a great opportunity and a great day for us, really. As we, I'll just take maybe a minute or two to just talk about what this opportunity is, I think, of an Indian brand, and then I will hand over to my colleagues Rahul and Dinesh, who will take you through a detailed presentation. At the end of the presentation, we will take questions from you and answer your questions. So I think to put in perspective, biryani is the most selling cuisine in the country. You look at Swiggy and Zomato data, the number one cuisine which is selling more than burgers and pizzas and a lot of other Indian cuisines like dosas is biryani. So that's one data point. Second is Paradise is the number one player of biryani by value and volume in the country. So not only do we have heritage and legacy of more than 65 years, we also have the volumes and the muscle to command respect in the Indian market. Today, as we said, I mean, the reason I call myself 43rd CEO is not that company has had 43 CEOs. It's just that the empowerment which we give. So we call our restaurant managers restaurant CEOs. And I set out this saying that we have 42 CEOs on the front. Then I am the 43rd CEO, and I want to become the 1001st CEO, which is to say that the opportunity to expand this brand is huge. Now, interestingly, if you look at the Indian food services, scheme, the scene in the country, if you look at most of the brands which have scaled up, like 400, 500, 1,000 stores, are actually multinational. Now, in an Indian, in the Indian country, India, country, You have multinationals doing well. So why can't an Indian brand, any brand, become successful? I think that's the question, and that's the challenge we have taken. And we have taken a lot of learnings on what takes the brand to scale up. And the reason we are in front of you is to essentially share some of those learnings and say, how do we scale up? My own conviction is that if a pizza brand can have 1,200 stores in the country, I think a biryani brand like Paradise can have multiple number of stores, more than, I don't want to put a number, but multiple times of this 1,200. So that is the size of opportunity, and that's the size of the passion. I think if I just want to round up this 2 minutes by saying that what is our vision? Our vision is to build an Indian multinational. I think Indian cuisine, butter chicken, biryani is loved across the world. We want to be that brand which takes this Indian cuisine to the world. We want to be the first Indian multinational in this space, right? And I think there is a lot of pride associated. So you will see hopefully that pride and passion in the presentation. I'll invite my colleague Rahul, who is essentially our head of business development and projects, and Dinesh, who heads our finance and legal. First part will be taken care of by Rahul, and then Dinesh will talk about the details of the the business proposal that we have. So over to you, Rahul.
Thank you, Gautam. Good afternoon, everyone. Before I start my brief, I must thank Gaurav, Sonia, and the entire Franchise India team for the efforts they have put in. We have seen it over the last few weeks. They've been working with us. Thank you so much, Franchise India team. So for the next 15 or 10-15 odd minutes, I will take you through the journey of Paradise and share our belief system, and also share why we believe Paradise has a great potential to be the biggest and the best homegrown brand in India, and to compete with all the multinationals India right now has. And then we'll at the end hand over to Dinesh to discuss in detail the financial model. So Paradise as a brand was started in 1953, and we are almost now 70 years continuously delighting our customers with the world's favorite biryani, world's best biryani. We are not only known for our award-winning cuisine, but also for our high standards of service, and which is what makes us the most admired restaurant chain in the country today. We are the largest biryani player in country, and we have received the Limca Book of Award for selling most biryani servings in a year, which was in 2017, which was around 70 lakh servings, and by now it has crossed that milestone. So this is just to put it in perspective. Obviously, we are working to make it a big national brand, and eventually, as Gautam mentioned, to make it an international brand. And this is because of our 70 years of rich heritage and the culture, and our philosophy of great food, great service, and happy times. And staying true to our Indian roots, we firmly believe in Atithi Devo Bhava, which is guest is God. And our entire company has a passion to work towards our mission, which is to serve best Hyderabadi cuisine, including the world's favorite biryani, in a very comfortable and friendly environment. And we also take pride in being the first choice when it comes to Hyderabadi biryani. When it comes to biryani, when who's who of India visit Hyderabad, they make it a point to visit us. Not from the field of sports to movies to art and culture to politics. Everyone from international and national icons visit. It is said that your trip to Hyderabad is incomplete without a visit to Paradise Biryani. As of now, as was mentioned earlier, that we are operating 42 restaurants as of now in 8 cities and 6 states. Predominantly, we are present in southern states, so southern state of Telangana, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. Just before the lockdown, we had open stores in Kolkata and got a very good response. We also have a couple of restaurants in Gurgaon, that's Haryana, and north. So by this, we are as of now covering west, part of east, and part of north. Also, we are supported by our delivery partners, that is Zomato and Swiggy, and you can see the ratings. We have very good ratings on the social media. So our value proposition, we always say, is our time-tested recipes, the ingredients we use, the professional staff we have had. The company is run by a very professional management team. We have the very innovative practices, and our commitment to serve the high quality and most authentic food to our customers. If we talk about the overall food market in the country right now, the organized food is growing to about 25%. In FY19, it was at 25%. But if we talk about Indian biryani market, right now it is dominated by the standalone or unorganized market. The organized market is hardly 10% of it. So there's a huge potential which we see to tap this market. We are just 10%, and this organized market post-COVID, there's a huge demand for the organized market because the customer behavior has changed. Now people want the most hygienic and they want to have in the safest environment, wherein the organized retail pitches in. You would have seen in the COVID, the organized retail has bounced back much faster than unorganized retail. Also, as per the survey, India is very low on consumption, outside food consumption. So right now we are at 4 to 5 times on an average a month. Indian eat out average is 4 to 5 times a month. Whereas if we compare it to Singapore and Hong Kong, they are at 28%. Also, the per capita expenditure for outside home is very low compared to the grown market. So we see a huge potential in increasing this, and this growth will be right on 4 pillars, which is the population. India has the advantage of population. Disposable income is increasing year on year. We have a great food industry which has come in and giving options to the people, and also the dine-out frequency has increased over a period of time. So now people are coming out to dine and experiment with different food. So if I now talk about specifically about biryani, as Gautam was mentioning, that is the most ordered food in the country. It has overtaken pizzas and burgers, and as per one of the estimates, that every 1.5 seconds a biryani is sold in India. So total number of online orders have reached a whopping 1.5 billion orders. We are right now ordering 4 to 5 times a week, which was not earlier there. We have around 18 million of customers. So these are huge numbers where this is what we are riding on. So the delivery partners also, they are growing by around 20 to 30% by 25. So in a nutshell, if I say there's a huge potential as an organized sector in general, and for biryani segment as in particular. And this is where we are hopeful that this brand we have the option of going to 1,000 stores and making Gautam 1,001 CEO. Now, Paradise, we have developed a unique omni-channel model, which has best of the dine-in, takeaway, and delivery. So this model takes care of all the 3 models, whereas it has the food freshness, the best of ambience in a dine-in. At the same time, it gives you the ease of and high quality in takeaway. And also from this model only, you can sit back at home and get food delivered. And this model is riding on 2 great pillars which we have developed over a period of time. So Paradise, we are proud to have the loyalty program by the name of Paradise Circle, which is one of the best in the country today, and already in just 7 states, 8 states, we have 30 lakh plus numbers. So imagine this, the stick count going to 50, and this number can go to unthinkable proportion. Similarly, we have our own app, although we are partner with Swiggy and Zomato, but having said that, we have our own delivery app, which was launched last year. And herein we have 2.5 lakh, more than 2.5 lakh downloads. And the ratings is there to see. We have a rating of 4.1 and 4.4 on Android and iOS respectively. This is one of the best apps in India, and this is growing, and this will also help us in augmenting the delivery segment of our omni-channel model. So what Paradise brings to you is in terms of concept, we have it is the preferred dish. We have our 6 years of experience, 6 decades of experience. we have we have developed over years, very efficient compact dine-in concept, which with omni-channels, all the 3 channels in it. Obviously, we are one of the best in terms of hygienes. We have been rated high by almost all the local municipalities. We are COVID compliant. Menu-wise, we have a diverse menu. Although we take pride in being the best biryani, but we have other menus also. Ingredients is something which we never compromise, and our kitchens are the most hygienic. We have the most hygienic setup there, and we have a very friendly delivery and takeaway from this model only. Format wise, the 1100 to 1200, 1300 square feet store is highly adaptable to high street. It can be to the malls or premium residential areas, IT sectors. There's a high level of adaptability to the model. We have, as I discussed, we have this sort of a non-negotiable thing on quality in customer service or execution. The model has a very good return on investment, which Dinesh will talk in detail later part of this slide. Then demand-wise, as we said, this is the segment has a very huge demand. And demographically, with due respect to other brands, it's not a junk food. The rice and non-veg and proteins, it is sort of a stable food in India. You go to anywhere in India, everyone will want to have that. And supply, we have one of the best logistics and supply chain system in place. We have our partnership is with almost best in the country with key suppliers, and also the availability of raw material is easy. So it's not something that we have to. It's not something difficult to do. So this model, which it is fit for dine, delivery, and takeaway with all the concept. When we have come to the market, it is only after making sure that all the boxes are ticked. We have everything in place to have a successful and aggressive growth. So talking about our future plans, so what we are right now looking at, although we have plans to go across India to be present everywhere, as to start with to be in a home market of state of Telangana, in major towns and major cities of Telangana like Warangal, Khammam, Karimnagar, and other towns. Similarly, in Andhra Pradesh, in Anandpur, Nellore, the port town of Kakinada, the temple town Tirupati, the business town Rajamundry, and other towns as such. We are already have around 10 stores in Bangalore, and Bangalore still can take many stores. We'll keep on expanding in Bangalore, and then the nearby towns of Bangalore, like Raichur. Similarly, we are already present in Chennai. We have 5 to 6 stores in Chennai, and we'll look at expanding Chennai also with the nearby towns. Then later part of the year, we'll go to Maharashtra, wherein we will cover Pune to start with, and go to Nagpur and Solapur, and also go to Chhattisgarh, wherein we will start with the capital city, Raipur. So with this, I'll invite Dinesh.
Thank you, Rahul. Thanks for the brief. Hi, everyone. So I'll take you through the franchise model which we have to offer. So basically, it's an investment opportunity with a FICO structure, franchisee invested and company operated. So like in a hospitality and a restaurant industry, FICO is the best model, which is like a highly service-oriented industry. So in this model, the franchisee would invest the capital, and the entire operations and management of the store would be done by the brand Paradise for greater efficiency. So the brand would run the store, pay the rentals, carry out the entire operations. So in return, the franchisee would have monthly return from the brand, and as per the option which has been exercised, which we would come in the subsequent slides. So in order to summarize, the investment would be done by the franchisee partner. The ownership, operations, and revenue would be with the company, and the partner would get revenue share on a monthly basis. So this would kind of leave the partner from the day-to-day operational hassles of running the store. Right, Rahul, we can move to the next. Right, so the plan is investment opportunity in a Paradise Biryani compact dining model with a 40 to 50 covers sitting and with an investment of 80 lakhs. So we have two options to offer. The first one is a revenue share, wherein the partner gets a share in the revenue we hit on a monthly basis. So it's a 9-year plan, wherein in the initial 3 years, there is a 7.5% revenue share which the partner would get, 5% in year 4 to 6, and then 3.5% in year 7 to 9. So this model would ensure a IRR of 20%, which gives a payback of 3 to 3.5 years. So again, it is important to note that the franchise partner does not invest time, energy, effort in the day-to-day operations, and the entire thing would be run by Paradise. The other option to offer is a fixed return on the initial investment. So in this case, year 1 to 3, the return would be 2% per month, which in a way translates to whopping 24% per annum. And in year 4 to 6, it would be 1.5% per month. And year 7 to 9, it is 1.2% per month. So this would translate into an IRR of 10%. This is a fixed return option. So the franchise partner can opt either of the option. Coming to other details, there would be a non-refundable one-time franchise fee at the time of onboarding of 2 lakhs. During the period, directly in the 5th year, there would be a requirement of a refurbishment cost, which would be 20% of the original investment, which goes towards the upgradation of the store ambience and the basic repair work. We do offer exit option just in case it's required by the franchise partner. So there will be lock-in of 3 years. The initial 3 years would be lock-in, and post lock-in, the franchise partner would have the option to exit, and he would get 90% of the WDV in return. So WDV is a return down value of the assets on a 11% straight line depreciation annually. At the same time, the company would have a buyback option. And in this option, we would kind of ensure that the franchise partner generates the guaranteed returns. So it would be 21% in case of a revenue share option and 11% in case of fixed return option. So while 80 lakhs is the ideal ticket size, but we are open to kind of take in a 40 lakhs ticket size also, wherein like 2 franchise partner gets combined. In case the franchise partner has a property of his own, we would be happy to kind of take that location as long as it fits the criteria. And in such a case, the lease arrangement would be independent, separate transaction, which would be dealt with the franchise partner. So that's the brief on the franchise partner proposal we have to offer. Over to you, Archana, for the questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the brief. And Gautam, you want to add something which you want to give a little perspective on this before we start Q&A?
Yeah, so I think I was seeing some questions. So one of the question is, with 40 stores, we are good. So I think the size of the opportunity is huge. Why are we doing this? I think actually, if you ask me, that we are doing this because Franchisee India, the partnership has, sort of convinced us that we can accelerate our growth. So you can grow, let's say 1,000 stores in 10 years, or you can grow to 1,000 stores in 2 years, right? Or 5 years, right? So I think we see an opportunity of organized play in biryani, and along with the Franchisee India partnership, I think it's a strong partnership for growing fast. So that's the key reason we are offering this. I think as Dinesh mentioned, it is very important to understand this is a financial partnership model, right? So there is no operational involvement and ownership or anything of that sort. what you have to understand is that the good thing about this model is that we have two options. One is the 10% IRR option. IRR is the internal rate of return, which is for the 9 years, in which the percentages which you saw were not percentage of revenue, they were percentages of the investment, right, Dinesh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of the initial investment.
So to that extent, this is a fixed return. So you can say that today I put so much in FD, I get X percentage, but if I put this much money with Paradise, I will get 10%. So you can compare how the market is. However, for people who have higher risk appetite, we are offering the second option, which is 20% IRR, very attractive. If we today put in the market, we know and we can benchmark that. However, there is no assurance. So I think the first principle of business is that higher risk, higher return is the whole point. So we are saying that if you are willing, your risk appetite is higher, we are willing to give you a revenue share option with earn up to 20%, but there is no assurance per se in that. I think it is important to be very clear about that. However, I think our own confidence in our brand and operations is that we will not have situation where the franchisee or us as business will have to be disappointed. That's my conviction.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thanks for the brief. And it's a great opportunity, friends. And I've had an opportunity to work directly with the team to devise this model. It's out of, very, very rare we'll get an opportunity like that. And I will start with this because I understand the investment in franchising. Very rare you will find these three fits which would come in. One, a proven business model which is already running, backed by a strong company, strong brand, legacy. And third, it is hedging your risk. You're not the operator, they are the operating the business and running the business. So this is a fabulous partnership model. And especially if I have to look at, I will look at the revenue share part of it. And I would like to first start with that. Why it is so attractive? Because the company is co-investing with you. They are the ones who are taking the pain on running that business and driving that business. And if the business, they would take all the precautions to make sure that the location is right selected, the team is right selected, and they would have to protect the brand. And because they have also experience behind them on this business. So if you partner with them and you getting a fixed revenue share, which is coming to you, so your business model is your revenue, most chances are in that. It might be slow in the initial months, because in the initial months, you might have lesser revenue share because there would be a gestation cycle to come to a certain amount of performance. And we'll go back to the first question. Maybe this can be answered by Dinesh. Dinesh, you would like to give a little bit of a sales estimate of an ideal store and try to give us a little bit of a 40 kind of a extreme to this so that people can estimate what this translates into their revenue share. And we will discuss only the first part of revenue share at this stage, and then we'll go to the second fixed return model.
Sure. So we estimate annualized revenue of 2.5 to 2.75 CR, which so in a 80 lakh model would give a 7.5% return to the investor. So if we talk about monthly return, then he would get close to, I would say, 1.5 lakh on a monthly basis.
Sure. So technically 7.5% on the 2.5 crore kind of a revenue share, revenue projected, which is ideal average projected, which is about 20 odd lakh rupees monthly sales cycle, which is very, very achievable numbers, while some of their locations would do a much higher throughput on that. And but this is on largely on averaging out. And if you compare it with any other QSR in the same space, this would be a conservative viewpoint on the store level. So if you take that viewpoint on 7.5% return, which you're getting, revenue share you're getting, so it becomes a very, very attractive opportunity which would come in. This is also very attractive. This is my second question for people who have their own property. Now, they would have two returns in mind, one return on property and return on the capital they deploy. Now, return on property would come because a lease would be directly signed if the property is approved by the company, and then you will get return on your investment which you've done. I think for a property owner, which has strategic property owner, this is probably the best investment you can do today, because you have a great investment opportunity for both sides that is coming in. So now the second question really comes on, which is the ideal locations you are looking at this stage, and what is your qualifier for a property? If you can do that, so our friends who are having a property also can write on that. And Sonia, if you can notice that if somebody has a property wants to discuss, on his location. So anything you want to come on what is the 3 or 4 or 5 criteria which you would say this
Yeah,
gets a tick
I
mark?
think Rahul can take that. Rahul, why don't you take this?
Yeah, I'll take that. So first about the areas, as we had mentioned, it will be the major towns of AP and Telangana to start with. The property which we are looking at is around 1200 to 1400 square feet ground floor space with the minimum frontage of 25 feet. But one thing is very important, that it has to be 100% legally, commercially compliant property.
Okay. And what sizes you normally would?
So 1200 to 1400 square feet space, ground
Carpet.
floor.
It's a carpet.
It is a carpet.
1200 to 1400, ideally
Carpet.
in a place which has a right parking and
Yes.
also a place which has a premium to up neighborhood.
Right.
That's something which would need to be done. And if it is surrounded by a similar QSRs or any other restaurants around it, it would become even more eligible to do that. So my follow-up question on this is, when you take, what is the ideal rental bracket which you would approve a property on? Beyond that, it doesn't make a throughput sense for you.
So again, here we have a revenue share model wherein we have a standard revenue of 8% and 4%, 8% on the dine-in and 4% on delivery and takeaway. And if it is on a fixed rental, then it is governed by the from areas to areas.
But what would be your ceiling? You don't go beyond, say, 150 rupees square feet, or what any ceiling you have in mind?
150 is too much. I think post-COVID it will be under 100 rupees per square feet.
Under 100 square feet. So technically, if you have a property which is 12 to 1400, your idea should be that if your property is around 100 rupees square feet, that would be something which you would. If there is something which is exceptional, can do a very different throughput, then one can really discuss. I mean, if you are in a location which can give you a very different throughput, say you're in Indiranagar, Bangalore, or any other strategic location which would give a kind of throughput, then I think those locations would make a very different viewpoint on that. So that's also very interesting for our property owners. Now let's get into the second question of the fixed return model, and where you also, if you want to explain, Dinesh, on why you kept it higher on the first year, second year, third year. And I had discussion with Gautamji, and he appreciated that he wants to give more return faster so that the payback comes in, and then you have the later part of the year, once you've recovered your cash money, then it is much easier as a comfort for an investor because he gets residual incomes coming in. So your first 2-3 years return is much higher. Dinesh, you want to go and little explain further on that?
Yeah, right, Gaurav. So as you had rightly explained, see, the idea is to kind of have a win-win proposition and give the required return to the franchisee partner. But at the same time, we have kind of structured it in a 3-year model in order to give a faster return to the franchise partner. So as you had seen the initial years, the return is quite high, and then it kind of there are reducing slabs. But over a period, if we calculate the return which would the partner would get from the investment, that would be 20% in case of a revenue share and 10% in case of fixed return model. And this covers, just I had read one of the questions, so that kind of covers the refurbishment cost and the franchise fee which the partner puts in.
Sure. So the fixed return model is pretty much hedged your risk. And as Gautamji said, that it would, you cannot expect a fixed return. It should be comparative to any other asset class you're investing on. So you're getting a 10% IRR, which is a great return against a fixed deposit or any other. I think in any active investment, you cannot compare this with, because any active investment, you would have a risk also. So you need to make a clear choices on what you want to be. If you want to be revenue share, I would give more marks to going on revenue share because you get a much better RRR and you have to also participate in business, but it's a calculative, logical decision to be participating in that. And sometimes if the location is great and the place is right, it can give even more higher, but this kind of a IRR is coming from the current capability. But if you are absolutely somebody who's risk adverse and you want to really shift your money, which is lying in just in FD, and you want to really get some higher piece of return on that, then I think a fixed return model can be done. They also talked about one very important aspect is exit. That's very, very important. So I will talk about 3 scenarios which comes to every investor's mind, because you're not operating, running of business is happening. So first we'll talk about the exit part. So if you want to exit from the relationship, that discussion we will do. Second question we will discuss is that tomorrow, if there is a site which is not done well and they want to shift that site to somebody else, what happens that? And third, if for reasons, so a second is that when you want to shift the site, and third is what kind of transparency you will be able to get as an investor to know what sales is going on. So 3 questions, and anybody can take up. One question is really of talking about the exit, which we talked about. After 3 years, investor has an opportunity to exit that money, and he gets 90% on the reduced value, depreciated value, and depreciation is done 11% year on year. So you would get a depreciated value or 90% of that. And when you want to exit, because you've got 3 years of return also, and now you get your money back also. So that's one scenario. Second, company wants to buy you out. That's also an exit. Company wants to buy out, and they feel that they want to completely control. Then also you get return, and that is the structure. So anybody can want to explain this exit part, and then we take 2 more questions on that.
I think philosophy is very important. I think when we build business partnership, we believe, I think Paradise history is about building that trust and relationship, right? So effectively, while yes, exit options are there, we would like people to have a long-term mindset, right? So you get your return, while we have given higher revenue share in the first 3 years, because peace of mind of getting your capital back and then getting return. So I think that's very important. We understand how investors think about it. But we would actually say that, the philosophy is to have as long term as possible, right? So there was a question that what happens after 9 years? In fact, there is a model. I will not get into that detail, but there is a possibility of extending that 9 years by another 9 years, and continue to getting same returns. So I think the philosophy and the trust aspect is very, very critical. Transparency, just to touch on that, and Dinesh will talk about maybe some financial aspects of that. I think we are an extremely transparent company. We will, for example, in case of revenue share, where you are getting paid on a certain percentage of revenue, you will get monthly statements of revenue. In case you want to get an audited, we can do an annual audit at your cost, but all those things are taken care of. I think our philosophy and the reason why Paradise is successful after 65 years is that we have always created win-win, transparent relationship based on trust. So I think that principle I just wanted to emphasize. Dinesh, you can just talk about a couple of aspects on the financial side, on the buyback option and the exit options.
Right, I think the options are very well explained. Exit option is given after 3 years. Investor can opt in for the exit, and as on the date of exit, whatever is the WDV calculated on 11% annual depreciation, straight line depreciation, of that WDV, 90% would be returned to the investor, the franchise partner. And in case of a buyback, so assured return would be given, because it's at the option of company, the buyout is happening. And this return is over and above what has been kind of estimated. So 21% as against 20% estimated, and 11% as against 10% estimated. So assured return in case of a buyback. And from transparency point of view, yes, as Gautam had highlighted, clear monthly statements would be shared with the franchise partner of the revenue generated, and on annual basis, audited statement can also be shared at the cost of the franchise partner.
So I think we already have, as just to add, we already have a lot of revenue share. Revenue share is not something new, right? So revenue share, even in rental, as Rahul was saying, there are a lot of relationships, and I think Paradise has developed that trust and about transparency. So I think market intelligence will tell you. I think there was a couple of points in terms of how this return is calculated. So yes, the refurbishment costs are included in the return calculation, but franchisee fees is included in the return calculation or not? I think there was a smaller point there, so I just wanted to make sure that is clarified.
Yeah, that is also included.
So yeah, franchisee fees plus the intermediate investments like 20% and something which we mentioned are included in the return calculation, right? I think Gaurav, one point which you mentioned, let me address that in terms of a closure of a store. So I think fact is that when obviously the reason why we are running the store, and we don't have a history of closing many stores despite the fact that there was a COVID. But yes, business, what we have to be very clear about is that when we are entering a business partnership, it is also having a risk. So in the very unlikely scenario that the business will be sort of shut down because it is not performing, obviously we would have also made a lot of losses because we would have invested in manpower, expenses, marketing, a lot of other stuff. But then it will be essentially treated like an exit, right, Dinesh?
Yes, Gautam. Yeah.
So essentially, suppose in the 5th year the store has to shut down. In a very unlikely case, you get your money back after the WDV, having got whatever minimum you have earned through revenue or fixed return during the 5 years. So I think that is important for us to understand. Our endeavor and the reason why we want to run the stores is we want to make sure that each and every store is successful, not only for first 2, 3, 5 years, but for 9 to 18 years. That's our endeavor. You are on mute.
That's obviously that's a big focus and also much bigger responsibility on you, because you're running a brand and equity in the market, and you don't want to lose that equity. So that it lies with the very conscious point that you pick up only say locations which are 9-year horizon location and continue to do that. And that's a company vision also. So Sonia, over to you. There are a lot of questions that are there. I think we should pick up a lot of questions from audience. They've been asking questions. And friends, we have another 10 minutes to go. If you have more questions, go out and ask the question, and also which location you are keen on. So over to you, Sonia.
Sure. So friends, you can keep putting your questions in the Q&A box and we'll start taking these questions. And Gautamji, I'll extend the 9-year discussion that we had on the extension of the lease period. And now what happens in case the lease is not extended? Will the franchise partner have a choice to relocate from that location to another location?
Yeah, Dinesh, would you like to take that?
So the extension renewal after 9 years would be discussed, and we would kind of enter into another arrangement for another 9 years. The return, of course, in such case would be further discussed. There would not be again a requirement of investing another 80 lakhs. Of course, there will be certain cost towards refurbishment because having elapsed 9 years, there would be certain upgradation and maintenance cost which would be required. So such cost would come in, and then the extension would kind of continue. Whether 9 years or within the 9 years, I think in case based on the store performance, Gautam has already addressed that question. What happens in case of a relocation?
So let me just clarify. I think relocation for us is from an investment point of view, new store. So suppose store in a neighborhood does not work and we have to relocate. We will treat to relocate to B neighborhood. A neighborhood will be treated as closure, and then the financial treatment will be according. And B neighborhood will be a completely new arrangement. So if the franchisee of the A neighborhood wants to take the B neighborhood, we are more than happy to consider that, right? But there will be no linkage between A and B neighborhood. That's what I wanted to clarify.
Very
okay.
important.
Yeah, that's very important. So I'll also take some questions which I'm seeing on the cities very specifically. I think broadly, while we have already categorized the states that we want to get into, but there's some cities which I'm seeing, which are even outside south of India, like Sholapur, and some of our investors are also keen to understand, especially in the city of Hyderabad itself, because we have a well penetrated brand presence. So which are the spots in Hyderabad alone? And how about locations like Sholapur? I see somebody from MP also, Bihar, and many other locations outside South. So how would these locations be treated, Gautamji? And maybe we can look at two aspects which can also be clarified to the investors, since this is a FICO model where the investor need not be present at that location where he wants to run. Maybe an investment can also be done at a distant location. Maybe somebody sitting out of MP or any other city which is not currently in the rollout can also invest. So would you want to maybe shed some light on that and give clarity to our investors?
Yeah, so I'll ask Rahul to talk about priority locations again, but I just want to again emphasize on this. I think the beauty of this model is sitting in Bihar, you can invest in a store in Hyderabad. And of course, even in Hyderabad, I think we believe there are a lot of areas we can, so to give you an example, we have 19 stores in Hyderabad. However, a QSR brand of pizza has 76 stores. So that is the opportunity of a biryani brand to penetrate within Hyderabad. Forget about the rest of the country, right? So I think anybody can invest in any location. It need not be in your city. Of course, some people might feel that I want to have a look at the store and feel that I'm part of that store. Great. but we would encourage people to actually invest in these cities, which Rahul is going to talk about again, and then build confidence and then invest again in their cities. In fact, we would like to come to Bihar, we would like to come to North and West, very soon, maybe in a few quarters time, but in the short term, which I think 6 to 12 months time is what the priority list we have, Rahul. So you would like to just talk about Hyderabad and Sholapur, South Maharashtra in a little bit more detail, Rahul?
Yeah. So as I said, of course, Hyderabad is our top priority, and then state of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. I'll just name few states. So we have Warangal, we have Nizamabad, we have Adilabad, Karimnagar, Khammam, Mahbubnagar, Siddipet, Suryapet in Telangana. In Andhra Pradesh, we have Anantapur, Nellore, Kurnool, Kakinada, Kadapa, Tirupati, Rajamundry, Ongole, Uluru, Machilipatnam. To start with, this will be our first priority will be these places. Then of course we'll go to Bangalore and Chennai. We'll have Raichur and Vellore in respectively in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. We will go to Solapur. That will be towards end of the year. We'll also touch Nagpur and Pune and some nearby areas of Maharashtra. Nearby I mean which are closer to Sikandrabad. And in Chhattisgarh, we'll start with Raipur. Obviously, we cannot go to every place at one single, so we are prioritizing our spaces. So first, this is our first leg. Now, talking about Bihar and Odisha, there is a huge potential in these areas. Definitely, we'll want to touch these areas as soon as possible. But the first set of priorities are the places which I've mentioned.
Sure. I think that's very helpful. Another question which I wanted to also pick up is on the investment. So we're talking about an overall investment of say 80 odd lakhs. And it also includes a one-time fee of franchise fees 2 lakhs. Now, typically, what is the breakup of this investment of 80 lakhs? And I did see some questions, from the audience. Will that entire investment be given to the company, or a franchisee gets a breakup of the investment where he's told where to put what money, in terms of capex, or he pays to the vendors, creates the entire setup and hands it over. So how does this process work overall?
Right. Should I take it up, Gautam? So the 80 lakh investment would be towards the construction of the store, which would kind of include the civil, interiors, the equipments, and it would be entirely in the store. And in terms of mode, the investment would be given to Paradise. As mentioned, the ownership of the assets remains with Paradise, and Paradise would then kind of carry out the entire construction of the store. Civil, interior, furniture, all the kitchen equipments, and bring up the store for launch.
Okay, great. I think that was one of the questions which I saw. Another question which I like to also pick is, because we've talked about two, one is revenue share model and the other is fixed return. So the investor perhaps will decide at the beginning of the contract what relationship he wants to get in. It cannot be decided in the middle of a relationship. For example, if somebody says, for the first year I take this and second year onwards I shift to another relationship. No.
So the option would be decided upfront, and there is no swapping during the tenure of the.
Yeah, switching, we would not, there is no model of switching between two different models.
Right. Another question which I'll take up is on the refurbishment. We talked about a 20% cost of the refurbishment, and typically, what all would that include outside the franchise fee? So this would be equipment, interiors, and any other cost, and typically how much would that be? So are we benchmarking that on 80 lakhs at 20% of 80 lakhs, or would it include something else too?
No, so this will be essentially, if you are investing 80 lakhs, it will be 16 lakhs rupees. It usually goes towards redoing the store, some a little bit work on, painting, electric parts, some equipments, also furniture and all that. So this is basis our experience that after 5 years, to make sure that the store looks up and, good for customers for, the next 5 years, it is important to make that investment. And this number is fixed. So if you are investing 80 lakhs, 20% of that fixed, 40 lakhs, 20% of that fixed. Obviously, the balance we will invest. The most important part is all these cash flows which you are giving, including franchisee fees, are included in your IRR calculation.
Return, right. Gautamji, another question which I'll pick, I saw Mr. Ravi Mukala, asking that question, and this is typically on the location or the property that we are choosing. And I'm sure, with a company like yours, you have a lot of data which might be available on what locations and where today inquiries come from. So, this question is typically about if for reasons that location doesn't do well. So you want to give an idea to investors, while at Franchise India, we know there's a big parameter that has been shared with us on the location, where it needs to be, the neighborhood, but you want to give maybe a summary of the property and where exactly that's need to be located, and maybe 2 or 3 important things, criteria which Paradise will take into consideration when selecting a property. And my second question would be, if an individual does not come with a property, will there be assistance which can be given by the company in selecting these locations too?
Yeah, so I think I just like to highlight that the Franchisee India partnership is a big facilitator towards, towards the location, right? Whether from the company side or from the investor side. So I think the reason why tying up with Franchisee India is to maybe get high quality locations accelerated over the next couple of years, or maybe 2 to 5 years. So to that extent, I think a lot of owners will be taken over this partnership that we have undertaken. I think Rahul already talked about the various features of the size and the location. One thing I would like to say is that, see, one of the things we have to understand is this is an omni-channel model. It is not only focused on dine-in or takeaway on delivery. And that's the beauty of this model, that it works in a wide array of situations. So you can actually set up a mall store, you can set up a high street store, you can actually set up a neighborhood store. Of course, I think visibility of the store, having a good density of population in catchment area of 5 kilometers, about 5 lakhs population. I think these are some criteria we are looking at when we are selecting. In addition to that, if there is a cluster of food services outlet, as Gaurav mentioned, it usually tends to become a destination, and we would like to be also part of that. So I guess these are the things, but I think it's a very flexible model. Does not depend on only one, dine-in or takeaway or delivery. I think it's equally, and that's the power of this omni-channel.
Right. I'll just
yeah, on that I would like to add, Sonia, as you said, well, we would definitely help, as Gautam also said, and we will take extra care, because at the end of the day, it is all about location. To finalize the location, we will approve it. So yeah, that entire support will be provided.
Sure, I think that's very helpful. And I do see a lot of questions, and many of our investors have asked for a presentation. They want to discuss on the breakup, ROI, and many other aspects. So Gautamji, Rahulji, and Dineshji, what we can do is we can fix up a date, and I think we can rather fix up 2 dates because we have a lot of interest coming in, and in the interest of time, and these would be a lot of discussion time that these questions might require. So we can book maybe 2 days or 3 days. We can stretch it from 1 day to 3 days where we can do that. And I see 16th and 17th of June, which has been considered as discovery days. So friends, these are 2 days which we have kept in sync with the team of Paradise Biryani, where we'll start blocking your slots for these 2 days. Maybe a 20 to 30 minute slot we'll start blocking, and you can reach on the hotline number with your queries. While everybody who's put in their query and also have participated in the show, we have all that captured with us. But if for reasons you're not available on these 2 days, you can also suggest any other alternate day which we can check and come back to you on the time. And before we close, I will again request Mr. Maria if he wants to take up any questions from the audience, and we can have Gautamji, Rahulji, and Dineshji, talking about maybe a little bit about the business opportunity and anything on the closing remarks for the audience which is present on Facebook and live.
Thank you, Sonia, and a very good session. Thank you, Gautamji, for taking time out, and the team, Dinesh and Rahul, to take time out for speaking. I think we got a phenomenal response. We just started, I think, a day before in terms of officially going out and telling, and the kind of response we've got is phenomenal. This speaks a lot about the brand and the position it enjoys, the trust it enjoys. It's also very responsible, because I had multiple rounds of discussion with Gautamji. It's a very responsible thing, because we have many rounds of discussion to really agree to give something which can be honored and completely fulfilled. It's very important. So that I like when companies come and put realistic pictures. They don't want to give you unrealistic sheets. And this is very important, especially in times like these, where we put some very realistic outlay that you have set right expectations. So it's a very good structure. it's a good model for you to make your investment decision. And you also can make a choice, either you want to go for fixed or go for variable. I will still recommend strongly for investors to go for variable, participate in the team, choose the right location. If you got a location, your IRRs can be much better, and you can really do that. So starting with its AP Telangana, which is the house of home market for Paradise, you cannot go wrong in that market. And then a lot of other markets like Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, parts of Maharashtra, and a lot of other locations also. The vision is to really, as Gautamji said, it's to really ramp up fast as we can do. While their internal accruals are good, the company is strong on their fundamentals and their financials. But if you want to really ramp up very fast, that's where the opportunity of bringing investor would come in. And opportunity is just not limited to India. This would be a global, QSR opportunity. So over to you, Gautamji, for your last words, and the team maybe also can share the last words before we close the webinar today.
Yeah, so I think a lot of questions, we'll be more than happy to get a document of all these questions. We'll be able to reply to them individually. So please feel free to share with these questions, and our team will sort of give you it will also give a sense to us in terms of what people are thinking. I think, again, just to sum up, a great opportunity for all of us to create a Indian multinational. I think we have to take pride. I think business is built on ideas and business is built on pride, right? So idea, yes, it's a great brand with a legacy, and we all know biryani is a selling cuisine. But I think, can we create a Indian QSR, which is the biggest QSR in India, and also an Indian multinational is the vision. So anybody who partners with us, keep that in mind is the thought process we have. So thank you very much, Gaurav, Sonia, Archana. I think it's been a great pleasure attending this session and talking to you and interacting with everyone. And thanks, Rahul and Dinesh, for clarifying some of the detailed doubts. Obviously, I know we have a lot of work to do and work in more detail over the next few weeks to give more details to our interested partners. So we will be more than happy to do that. Thank you so much, Franchisee India team.
Thank you very much. And I will close on this, that my last 20 years of seminars I did, almost every time I used to do a seminar, I say, what makes the food we love? So we love biryani, everybody, and many surveys have come in, the first favorite food is biryani. So I used to always say that in any Indian, if you ask him a question and say, out of the first 5 choices of food, Subway would not come, right? So Subway was not coming, but it's still 900 stores. And the food which is number 1, why we don't have 900 or 1,000 stores? The answer was, how to make the business model scalable and make people money on that. And you're doing both today. You're actually making the business model scalable and also inviting people to also make money on that. So if you are able to do these 2 things, you can really bring in a much better rollout than any other multinational would ever do. So congratulations for the vision, Gautamji, and we are very proud to partner with you to take your vision ahead.
Same here. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. And friends, I still see a lot of questions coming in. As we have requested, we'll take all these questions in the coming week. And thank you once again, Gautamji, Rahulji, and Dineshji, for putting in a lot of quality time with our investors today. Over to you, Archana.
Thank you so much, Gautamji, for joining in. Thank you so much, Dinesh. Thank you so much, Rahul. Special thanks to Rahul for all the preparation for this webinar. Thank you so much, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am, for joining in today and hosting this particular webinar. We would like to thank all the dear participants for your overwhelming response to us for this particular webinar. Please do reach out to us at our business hotline number, which is 97176-83838. We request each one of you to save this number in your phone book so that you can connect with us, as well as we are flashing different events, information, business opportunities to you through our broadcast messages. Once you save this number, you'll get a broadcast message from our side. Also connect with us at our Facebook page of Franchise India Brands Limited to see all the previously webinars, different business opportunities. We have created a video library over there. Do share your suggestions and feedback with us. You can also join and connect with Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am at their respective LinkedIn IDs. And as rightly said by Sonia ma'am, we want to invite you for our Bharat Franchise Show at 7 p.m. Today, we are doing Indore chapter, where again, our objective is to bring top 7 business opportunities for you. So at the same business hotline number, you can do registration. You can also go to Facebook page, where we have link for this particular webinar. I have shared the link in chat box also. Do registration so that you can join us and witness the great brands we are bringing for you. And under Business Opportunity Over Chai webinar series, 12 p.m. we are bringing you tomorrow the brand New York Chicken, again a F&B vertical brand for you, where the team would come and talk about this great brand. So for today's Indore chapter under Bharat Franchise Show and tomorrow Business Opportunity Over Chai webinar series, do registration. Look forward to have you in both the webinars. Thank you so much once again for joining in today. Have a very safe day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, friends.